It's week 30 something. It's been a complicated week because pain. Like, it's pretty bad lately, and I haven't had a real good day, like a day where I don't wake up in pain and have pain all through the day, and most often requires painkillers to deal with it. And that's kind of the problem, because that means that even if I manage to do something, I can do one thing a day. Like, it burns all through my energy, burns all through my spoons. One thing at most. And not every day I can do one thing. That's kind of a problem, and that's kind of scary if I must admit myself. I'm starting to suspect that I'm having an actual autoimmune disease, and those suck. I studied biology enough to know that immunodepressive disease, battle disease are just, they're really, really bad, and they have very little treatment and solutions, which is just make them worse, of course. So of course I'm suspecting that's one of them that I have. Truth is, the skin condition I have is a form of autoimmune disease, and the symptoms I have that have been associated with fibromyalgia can call, at least some of them can fit with celiac disease, which is another autoimmune disease. I have had immunodeficient disease when I was 2, and I still don't know what exactly it was, and I still don't know how exactly they treated it. They said it was like fucking leukemia, and they did something experimental on it, it worked, and they closed the file, but I don't know if it actually has had some consequences on the long term on my immune system, which is great, and I will most likely not get any of those information back ever, which is kind of a problem, but that's another problem. All of that contributes with the fact that I have antihistamine all through my system every day, all day since I was 10. Means that it's kind of a mess. Truth is, I always thought that my immune system was pretty good because I'm rarely sick. Like, I rarely get cold or flu or stuff like that. When I get one, it's a bitch, and I'm on bed rest for 3 days, but I don't often catch things. When I catch things, it's an actual really big stuff. I don't catch the small things. That said, for all we know, it's a fucking mess. I don't know what's in my veins. The blood test that I did in the past, didn't show anything, but again, that could be because of the antihistaminic, and none of those blood tests were advanced enough to show anything. Anyway, that proves that my health is kind of a problem, and it's not getting better, which is, of course it is. So that means that in like 2 weeks I didn't have one fucking good day. It's beginning to get better since yesterday, but it's getting better, it's not good. Still not good days. It's a work in progress. I still managed to do stuff, which I'm pretty proud of. I had only 1 day of full rest, because just I couldn't do anything. I didn't even try. It was so bad that I knew from the beginning that I was screwed. I didn't even try. But all of the other days, I didn't do everything I wanted, but I did a lot of stuff anyway. starting with Friday, I went to antique shops, and I did that because I had packages for Vinted to carry to a specific place that was in the city center, and I was like, if I have to be in the city center, at least do the 4 or 5 antique shops that are on that very expensive street. I don't know if it was the better call, but the truth is, I think antique shops in America and antique shops here are not exactly the same. When I went to the antique shops, maybe it's because that was a very expensive neighborhood and street, and that means that all of the antique shops were super expensive, but in my experience, antique shops are for very rich, posh, and just assholes people. And that's just not me. So that means that I'm not willing to put 200 euros in a fucking bracelet or 1,200 euros in fucking decoration stuff. I was expecting like prices like 5 or 10 bucks for small items, and that's just not what there was there. They were very old and very rich and very detailed furniture that maybe I could have looked at, but I was not willing to put 6,000 euros on a fucking wardrobe when I can have one at the thrift store for 90. So there's just no way. So I went to the antique shop. I can cross that off my list, but no, it did not work out. But I still work on Vinted, and I wrote, surprisingly enough. I don't remember writing anything. I apparently did. I have a problem writing. I wrote Friday, I wrote today, and both things that I finished, and yeah, it's worse for Friday. What I wrote on Friday was even worse. The thing that I've been writing lately, first, they're not part of the Advent, which means that even in my mind, it's like, yes, but writing is better than no writing at all. The truth is, it's not working well because it's not the Advent. It's the Advent I need to be done, and it's not done at all, and it's not good. It's not good because I'm forcing it out. I'm not actually having any kind of fun. I'm not doing justice to what I want to write and the story that I've built in my head. I'm not writing well because I'm pushing through, because I'm forcing myself to finish it. It's not exactly working as I wanted to, so it's kind of a problem. Anyway, Friday what I did on writing was try to write a scene from one of the Advent fics. That didn't work out. It's terrible. I stopped after like 200 words because it just didn't work out. Anyway, after that was Saturday. So Saturday I went grocery shopping. I did my garden. I harvested from my garden enough eggplant so I can make lasagna out of it, and they're really good. I'm really happy. That makes me really happy to have all of the harvest, and I dealt with the harvest because there was not only the eggplant, there was a lot of things to take care of. And at that, I did some laundry, and I compiled of the quotes that I wanted to use for September, so I'm a little bit of work on it. Sunday was full rest. Monday, I did the dishes. I dealt with the dragon fruits that are about. And oh yeah, something that I did that is not exactly urgent in any kind, but about that little thing that is just to remove the little bits of fabric that make the little balls, lint balls, on fabric, and I had my old set of bed sheets that were in a very terrible way, and it made me feel better and made me my heart happy to take my old comforter bed sheet and shape it, and it was very satisfying. It took quite a while and it definitely wasn't any kind of urgent, but I still did it and I still had some kind of pleasure of doing it, so no regret. And I also did some embroidery, so it's going slow, but I've been working on the embroidery this week, and that's what I have right now. So I have one full eye, and the second eye it's a work in progress. I did that in like 2 hours. It takes a long time, but I kind of like how it looks. So you know, it's something. It's definitely getting washed as soon as I finished because it shows. But yeah, and a friend of mine asked if she was like, "Oh, I wish I could be there and watch you do it," because apparently she thinks that I'm a fucking genius for learning me to embroider when it really is not a genius work. It's really beginner's work and I have a lot of mistakes, but I'm working on it. So I consider filming it in ASMR type videos, like having the camera here and me embroider there, so that she can actually watch me do it. So maybe I'm gonna do that. Considering I'm struggling to edit stuff, maybe that's not my best idea, but that's that. I did that and that was already good for Monday. Tuesday, I answered comments. I left comments on Fix. Truth is, I have this idea that I have been having for years now. I like bookbinding. I think it's great. It's really a craft that I love doing, and I have a lot of fun doing it, and I love having the final product showing for my work, and it's really awesome. I love it, and I haven't done any in quite a while now, and I kind of miss it. And also I have a few favorite fanfic in my Kindle that I wish to have in a finite paper form. So I already had the idea that one day I'll just start bookbinding again, and I'll bookbind those fics, so make one copy for me and one copy for the author, and send it to them, because it's kind of fair and it's kind of fun. I like the idea of sending that as a gift for, you wrote this for free for me, so I'm giving that for free to you as a return, as a thank you, because fanfiction writers are fucking awesome. A lot of those are not finished, so my comments on Tuesday were mostly bribes. And they were like, I left them on 4 or 5 of my favorite fics, the ones that were not finished and that I'm willing to put the effort into bookbinding them. And I left the comment to say, your fic is one of my favorite fic, and if you finish it, I'll bookbind it and send you a copy. But I will not do that until you finish it, because I'm not bookbinding an unfinished fic. It just doesn't make sense. So that's complete. It's not blackmail, it's bribery. It's like, if you finish it, you're gonna get a bookbinded, beautiful version of your fic. It will work on me. It will totally work on me, so I tried. I haven't got any answers yet, but it's something. I embroidered again on Tuesday. I finished the first eye, and I kept working on Vinted and on packages stuff, and I started working on September. So I decided, in my wisdom, very, very bad with them. That since I was struggling to actually paint those roses, so I can actually paint them on the sofa and prove myself that I can actually paint and move on to bigger projects. I decided I needed more practice on roses, and since I cannot apparently just sit down and do it on my sketchbook, I decided, in my infinite wisdom, that I was going to make September gray and roses. That means that most of my pages are gonna have watercolor painted roses, and that means that I'm gonna have to learn quick and just practice and just sit down for like 6 or 7 hours and paint roses for 9 pages on my bullet journal. This is insane. So like, my answer to not being able to sit down and paint roses is just forcing myself to do more roses in a week, before the 1st of September.
It's brilliant, 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 I tell you. Genius, I say.
It's brilliant. In my defense, adding a deadline to the equation may actually help. It may also cause a lot of stress and kill me. That's a possibility. But yeah, so I did the rough sketches for it. A few roses will be sketched and inked, so no color. So those I should be sketching in advance, but all of the others are just gonna be live on the camera because I can't really sketch watercolor. I just have to do it. So yeah, I've done the rough sketches. I have to sketch the final detail for the inked ones, but I wanted to do that today, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I'm already pretty tired, so I don't think it's gonna happen right now. But yeah, so that was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. That was Tuesday. Yesterday was pretty good overall. It was a pretty good day. It was a pretty good day. I had a live stream from someone, a surprise live stream from GD, so I watched this. It was for album release, so I listened to it. It was pretty cute, and I embroidered. So the second I embroidered in front of the live stream. Secondly, my favorite trick ever has been updated yesterday, and I was so sad because I had so much things to do, and I was like, I can't. And truth is, the day before, so Tuesday, I had read a fanfic that I had been procrastinating on for a while because I was scared that it would be womp, and I'm a little bit scared of womp, which hurts me as someone with actual body problems. So womp is not exactly my thing, so I've been pushing this one to the bottom of my list. The truth is, I reached the bottom of my to-read list, and it's called Laudanum, and it may be my favorite fic of that fandom ever, and that says a lot because I have a few good ones in there. It's not finished. Sadly, it lacks one chapter, which kills me. So that's one of the fics that I couldn't. I wish you could see this. There's Miranoi just under the tripod. She's really cute. I love her. And so Laudanum is one of my favorite fics. She got commented to with the bribe, and when I woke up on Wednesday, I was like, I'm gonna reread it because you know what? Why not? Truth is, it was hurt. It was very, very good hurt, so no problem whatsoever. But if writing hurt helps me deal with my problems, reading hurt actually hurts me and actually depresses me. So yesterday I woke up depressed because of Laudanum. I am not mad at all and no regrets whatsoever, but I was depressed and I had stuff to do. So I had stuff to do, like a couple hours of work before I could do anything. And I wanted to read the updated chapter of My Favorite Fic. And I wanted to read them, and it's been an awful choice to make. So what I did was do what I needed to do, which was film Heatwave. So I did that. And I had to push through depression, like big ass depression yesterday to do it. So I'm very, very proud of myself of doing it. I tried to have as much fun as possible with doing it. I had 2 outfits for which I was more interested, like the setting and the accessories were more interesting, so I tried to have as much fun filming those as I could, and I took a few pics in complement of the videos for these ones. And I tried to have as much fun as possible, or else I was like going to kill myself in the end of it, so that was not the goal. So I did that, then I came back, I installed myself in my hammock, and I switched between the 2 fics for a few minutes, and then I settled on first reading the uploaded chapter and then rereading Modena. And I also what did I do? I also picked the artworks and photographs that I wanted to print on pick paper that I received 2 days ago, and I have like all of those empty frames, and I want to have very maximalist outside look on my walls, replace those by actual framed artwork. So I have all of those thrifted frames, and I want to print pictures and art on my specific paper that I ordered and that arrived, and actually hang all of those on my wall. So that's something that I really wanted to do, and that is totally on my list of things that I wanted to do in 2021. So that's good. And so what I did yesterday was pick what frame to go with what picture, because they are different size and different styles, and I want it to match actually what's inside to make it pretty. So that was work to do. I think I'm gonna have fun doing it, and I'm gonna have fun seeing them, because all of them are fucking awesome. And yeah, that's what I did yesterday. Today I managed to write, as I said. It may be my shortest speak ever. It is 700 words. That's not a lot. Like, my shortest before that was 1K. Like, 700 is really short. So I hope it's not really good. I wish I could say I hope it's good and it's gonna be liked, but I know it's not gonna perform super well because it's not actually very well written. I think it is short because I was kind of running dry on inspiration, so it's not good because I didn't put a lot of word and a lot of emotion in it, so I didn't write a lot. Also, my lovely cat that I really love puked all over my chair, so I have to actually take care of it, which I don't want to do, but I don't have really a choice because she actually puked all over it, so I actually have to do it. So that was not the best part. Also, I wanted to make tea blends. The problem with making tea blends is it's a lot of trial and errors. It takes a lot of ingredients, it takes a lot of me, it takes a lot of energy, it takes a lot of inspiration, because I'm not exactly a tea maker in the first place. I don't know if there's like something to learn in a fucking school or something, but it's very hard to just understand what's wrong or what's right in the recipes you have and recipes you make, and try to understand what ingredients to increase or decrease, even if you actually have like the recipe I'm trying to do right now is black pearl. Truth is, black pearl is inspired by one of my favorite tea, that is Caribbean pearl, and the recipe is actually not done because I don't have the percentage, but on the box there was the basic ingredients of it, and I'm more trying to recreate it and adding some allspice on it because I want to have my own kick on it. So finding the balance between all of those ingredients is fucking hard. So that's the version I have right now. It's already my second version. First one was not, I was not inspired. This one is better. It's not exactly close to the original one, but the original one is super old, so I don't think it aged well. And I mean, it has like 15 years. Maybe not 15 years, but like 12. 12 years. I don't think you're supposed to keep tea like that for 12 years in a box. So I don't know how true to the original recipe the smell I have from whatever I have left is. It's kind of a problem. So inside, I think I'm gonna go with, does it taste good? Does it inspire me? Is this something that I actually like or not? And not trying to fit what I remember or smell from the original one. And these versions, it's not hallelujah, I found the perfect tea ever, but it's pretty good. So now the next step of this is trying to recreate it as close as possible, so I can actually have a recipe that I can use and that I can recreate and sell. That is a problem, that is something to deal with. Anyway, I did that today. It's a lot of work. It's a work in progress, but I'm on it. It's something. That's what I did this week. So yeah. It's definitely not everything that I had to finish for this month. Next week it would be good to edit and post it wave, because it would make more sense to post it during actual summer, and like during August would be great, because once September hits we're already into the fall category and territory. It's not as efficient, so it would be good to edit and film it, edit it and post it. Truth is, it would be good to do the same with summer, but with summer I have not filmed all of the outfits because I'm still missing the bat t-shirt, which I really want to do. But inside, I have too many outfits, because I have 8 for it wave and I have 9 for summer. So if I remove this one and put it in spring instead, that means that I can actually finish filming it now, edit it, throw it in the world, and only having to care for that fucking bat shirt until spring and use it for spring again. That's an option. I'm gonna think about it. That would probably be best for my mental health. Next week I have to call acupuncturist. I have to go to the thrift store just because I want to go. I have to meet one guy for a suitcase tomorrow. I have to deal with vintage stuff. I have to print all of the artwork to go into the frames. I would like to continue embroidering, if possible filming it, but my record of actually editing the stuff and putting it in the world after filming it is not good, so I'm not sure that's a great idea. Write, I really need to write. Paint, that's gonna get fucking urgent right now. September was gonna be big ass work. And it is definitely not something that I had planned. I had planned all of my themes. I had planned to make Corpse Bride for September when I did that, but I wasn't exactly thrilled about it. And I'm interested more into Grey and Roses than I am in Corpse Bride or even Cats. I'm not a doodler, and if I did Cats, it would be with doodles, and it's really not my stuff. So September, Vinted, sewing. I really want to get the dress form done. It's gonna be a big project, and I'm scared to start it because it's gonna be big. But it would just make my life a lot easier if I had it. Like to make the caplet, I have something to actually draft on. It just would be way easier. So that's something that I want to do. Edit videos. I want to edit videos and at least hit wave and put it in the world. Maybe a hair transformation would be good. The jack set. I want to make the jack set. Once again, it's something that I need to film. And adding filming to something on just make it just harder and more time consuming and more heavy on the mind because it's just harder. So I don't like doing it. And comment on Felix, and I want to make pumpkin pie and pie crust to store in my freezer for whenever I want to make pie. So that's very realistic for 1 week. Totally realistic. That's actually there's a reason why I'm adding so much stuff. First, because it's the last week of the month and I always want to crack all of everything that I did in the month that I wanted to do in the month in the last week. Like, if I can do it, I can actually finish everything that is on my to-do list for the month. So that's really unrealistic, but I'm aware of it. But also, I want to have a choice, because whenever the energy to do something will strike, I want to have my pick. I don't want to just write, paint or write, and whenever I feel like doing something, I only have 2 options, and none of those options are something that I actually want to make. So I want to have options, so whenever my mood is, I have something that I can be doing. So that's something. That's why there are so many things on my list. It is unrealistic to think that in 5 days I'm gonna finish this. That's just not gonna work. I have stuff to do tomorrow and place to go, and I have a doctor appointment on Monday. It's gonna be some erratic 5 days, but yeah, that's what I'm gonna do next week. And it's already, it's gonna be the 9th month of the year soon. It's like we're 3/4 in the way, and it doesn't feel like it when I see the list of what I did. Yesterday I went through my Instagram feed, and it always helps me because I watch all of my image and it shows me everything that I have done and that took a lot of effort and work and imagination and creation and learning skills. So it makes me feel better to know that I did the same, even if I kind of forgot about it, and even if in my bad days I feel like I'm doing nothing. Truth is, in my past I did a lot of things that I'm actually very proud of. And it's important to focus that even if I didn't do everything in my list and I'm focusing on what I still haven't done on that list, there's still something in my list that I've done. I haven't did the palettes, I have the woods to make the bed. it is way better, way further toward that goal than I've been for 5 years since I had that goal. It's huge. I have actually a pattern, a way to have a pattern for the dress form, and I have the ball to make it. I have the materials for it. I can actually do it. It's way further than I've ever been on those projects in my life. And I have had those projects for years, for almost a decade some. It's huge. It's really huge. I'm learning to paint. It's slow because painting is just not working with my brain. It's something that is very foreign to me, and it's just a lot of work to adapt my brain to this very new skill set. So I'm learning to paint. And if I'm still slow, I can do my furniture, I can do my bedroom. I'm on my way to do those stuff. And I finished some of them too. It's working. I'm working toward my goals. And the artwork are gonna be printed next week, most likely, because that's something I'm excited about, so I'm probably gonna do it. And they're gonna be hanged, and I'm gonna be one step closer to living in the actual space that I wanted, that I've been dreaming for years now. I should focus more on what actually is working and has worked, and I have done, because I have done a lot of things, and I've done a lot of dreads. I'm not selling them, and they kind of depress me, but they're done. I did them. I create from scratch some things that I'm proud of. So I'm just focused on that, even if it feels like I'm 3/4 of the way and that I haven't even done 1/10 of whatever I decided to do. I should focus on the positive. I did start to make tea. I did start to make dreads. I'm not selling them, but it's a start. I've been writing. I've not been writing the advance that I should be writing, but I've been writing and posting stuff, and I finished a few fics that were really hard, and I finished them and posted them. And I made that top that I've been procrastinating on for a while. I finished sewing completely my 2 cosplays. The only thing that I have left are Celestia's wing to redo and the wings for Luna. But even of them, I know how I'm gonna do it, and I have the supplies for it. I'm halfway through of the last details of 2 cosplays, and I've done these keyblades out of crochet, and it's a huge thing, and I've been doing a lot of trials and error, but it's done. And yeah, it's amazing. I've been doing so much. I've been doing great on my garden. I've been trying stuff. I've been failing on stuff, and everything didn't work out, but at least I did it. And yeah, I should focus on that. Should focus on what worked. See you next week.